Today I will be painting as I get rid of any unwanted thoughts, any negative feelings, or any feelings of anger. Painting has always been that one hobby I can use as a sort of stress reliever to get away from all the unnecessary noise that is part of this world or anything that may be going on throughout my day that just kind of upsets me or puts me in a mood. It helps me get out of that funk, and I'm just overall grateful and happy to be able to make something today because I had one of those days. And you know what it's like, you'll have a day or two where things just don't feel right, or maybe you're just not feeling the best. Maybe you might be sick or something, or you're just frustrated with yourself. Whatever it may be, I want to just be able to use this time to let go of all that. Holding in anger, it's not really worth it. You could probably see it on my face, but I tend to have these moments where, my face scrunches up and it just seems like nothing is helping. But during this process, I felt some sort of relief, and I'm grateful that happened. I'm grateful to be able to connect with loved ones and people who can help cheer up my day, people who can bring a smile on my face. Just thinking about that alone makes me happy, so that's something that I got to do after it was all said and done, and I'm just thankful to be alive today, honestly. I made this piece into sort of a third-person self-portrait from an abstract point of view, and the last time I did a self-portrait of mine was, I want to say 1 to 2 years ago. I may have a picture of it. If I do, I'll post it in this video. But yeah, I wanted to do a self-portrait of mine because I haven't done one in a while, and a lot of my art is about me anyway, so why not take the time to do it? Portraits are really fun because it allows you to be able to see yourself in many ways in which others may not be able to see, and it gives you a glimpse into my mindset and what I'm thinking of and whatnot. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever done a portrait of anyone other than myself. Well, maybe like close friends or family members, but one of these days I do want to do a self-portrait of a complete stranger. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe do that for an event or something like that. I wanted to add a purple base to this painting because I realized that none of the paintings that I did have in my possession had a purple base. And purple is one of my favorite colors, if anyone knows. My top 3 colors are purple, green, and gold. So this time I wanted to make sure I did something purple related, and it came out really nice. I'm glad I was able to make the color. I almost forgot how to make the color purple, but it ended up turning out really, really nicely. I often surprise myself with the amount of ideas that I come up with on a daily, because this was a sketch that I just did on the fly, and it's just like, I wonder what the inside of my mind would look like. And so this painting is basically that, taking a glimpse inside my mind, as if it was an empty shell. What would be inside? What would the vibe be like? Would it be filled with warm colors or a cool scene? Things like that. Those are things that I often think about. I would think that if my mind was on fire, that there would be a little version of myself still painting, through all the chaos. I could be happy, I could be really upset about something, but nevertheless, I'm always still creating through it all. And, that's just one of the things that I admire about myself. Through it all, I'm able to just make anything. And to me, that's a pretty impressive skill that I possess. Everyone has their ups and downs, and, of course, there are going to be days where I have mine, but I'll always have painting to help cheer me up. I'll always have my loved ones to be there to support me while I have my ups and downs. And that's why having connections is so important. I value my connections so much. I don't know what I would do without my circle. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to my community. Shout out to all my supporters out there. I even was able to find these acrylic markers, and they really bring out the painting. I'm so glad that they work well on this type of texture. Markers, chalk, it's all part of my main mediums that I use alongside acrylic. I was never really into oil painting, but one of these days I might pull out an oil painting or two. So yeah, this is the painting. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Would you like me to do more self-portraits? And as always, I hope you guys continue to take care of yourself. Much love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.